President Muhammadu Buhari presenting the third budget of his administration. He told a joint session of the National Assembly that the budget is aimed at consolidating the economic gains of the administration. This week's edition of the program looks at the 2018 budget proposals. Hello there, thank you for joining us on the program this week. I'm Gloria Umezuki. The present administration is proposing a budget of 8.6 trillion naira. That's about 16% higher than the 2017 estimates. Now, key assumptions in the budget include $45 per barrel for the benchmark crude oil price and oil production estimates of 2.3 million barrels per day at 305 naira per dollar exchange rate. Now, capital expenditure is estimated at 2.428 trillion naira. My guest provides analysis on the workability of the proposal. Well, that will be in the interview. But first, what are the stories that made the headlines in the nation's capital over the week?
Days after the threat to resume hostilities in the Niger Delta by the group Niger Delta Avengers, President Muhammadu Buhari meets with his Minister of Niger Delta Affairs at the State House in Abuja. The minister told reporters after the meeting that the meeting is routine and there was no specific mention of the militant group. He, however, debunked the allegation that the federal government has failed to keep to its promises, seeking for the patience and understanding.
My message is not just verbal or oral, but it has been demonstrated by the fact that at all times, the government of which I'm part, my role as minister in charge of the region, we have been appealing to them to just be patient with us. Because most of the time, the issues that are brought up are issues that tend to portray the quest for development of the region. And that is all we've been doing, to say patiently with us, these issues raised genuinely to the benefit of people in the region are being attended to. For instance, the Okerenkoko University. You are aware that the Vice President had instructed that that university must take off. And he also directed a minimum of 5 billion naira be budgeted for the takeoff of the university. So it's a matter of patience, knowing that some of these things have a procedure. So it will not be because it has not happened as they wish, it will not happen. Everything has a phase of planning and a phase of execution.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has criticized the long budgetary delays at a time of national economic emergency, describing it as wrong and unacceptable. Speaking at a legislative summit on economic recovery and sustainable development, Professor Osinbajo maintains that Nigeria cannot afford executive legislative wranglings over the budget.
Corruption is perhaps the most outrageous cause of our economic decline. If the budget process takes up to 5 months of the financial year and procurement is another 3 months, we've already ensured that the economy would be at a standstill for most of the year. The truth is that no developing economy can afford the luxury of prolonged executive legislative wrangling over the budget. Budgetary delay in a situation of national economic emergency and the hardship encountered by so many is simply wrong. It is simply unacceptable. Neither the executive nor the legislature can excuse itself. There is absolutely no reason why we cannot ramp up taxes, both federal and state taxes. Income taxes and corporation taxes will be crucial as we go along in increasing our revenues.
Staying with the budget, a day after the Vice President expressed concern over long budgetary delays, President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2018 budget estimate to a joint sitting of federal lawmakers. The administration is proposing to spend about 8.612 trillion naira, and the president says the projected expenditure would drive rapid economic recovery and would consolidate on the achievements of previous budgets.
As I had previously indicated, we aim to consolidate on our achievement in 2017. We shall meet our counterpart funding obligations. We shall complete all ongoing projects, and we shall carry forward all strategic projects that were budgeted for, but which were unable to kick-start due to liquidity challenges. A key revenue shortfall was from independent revenues. Only 155.14 billion naira was remitted by September 2017, as against the projected pro-rate sum of 605.87 billion naira. This represents a 74% shortfall, which is very disappointing.
The federal government has approved the sum of about 5.5 billion naira to halt erosion menace in 6 states of the Federation. The effort is part of the Accelerated Intervention Program. This is one of the approvals granted during the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari.
Let me start by announcing that the third quarter soil erosion controlled accelerated intervention has been approved in the different geopolitical zones of the country. This will be in Kano State, Sokoto South Local Government, Ondo State, Osun State, Enugu State, and Bayelsa State. So the total amount for the soil erosion control accelerated intervention project is 5,567,314,541 naira 76 kobo only.
The Council also approved an air service bilateral agreement to boost a mutually beneficial flight operations between both countries.
The Council approved the ratification of a bilateral air service agreement between Nigeria and the State of Canada. This has been taken and approved by Council. It will open up businesses and connect cultures and connect trade and commerce and connect the people of Canada and that of Nigeria.